My skin looks younger and better at 26 than it did at 20. Because at that age, I had already done so many things wrong that my skin had started to prematurely age. I had prominent fine lines, dry patches, and even developed a very sudden and unpleasant burst of acne breakouts. And while it kicked down my confidence and often left me feeling frustrated, looking back, I'm grateful for that time because it pushed me to learn about my skin and skincare. I'm not here to tell you that now I know everything, nor that my skin is perfect. No, there are plenty of things I'm still trying to figure out and plenty of things I still want to improve in my skin. But I have spent the last 5 years researching, learning, testing, and experimenting. I've seen dermatologists, cosmetologists, and aestheticians. Skincare has become my passion, and if I can help anyone improve the quality and the health of their skin, I won't hesitate to share what I've learned. So let's talk about how to transform your skin and look younger. Before we get into this video, I just want to make a small disclaimer and say that I'm not a doctor or any kind of health professional, just a person who loves skincare, loves health, and loves to grow. So as with anything you see or read on the internet, always double check it and speak to your doctor if you have any health-related questions. But with that being said, let's get into this video and let's talk about how to transform your skin and look younger. Starting with number 1, heal your skin barrier. I want you to understand that everything starts with your skin barrier. Your skin has multiple layers. Each of them has a different purpose and it serves different kind of functions. We have our hypodermis, dermis, and epidermis. Now, when we're talking about our skin barrier, we're talking about the top layer of epidermis, and that is stratum corneum or stratum corneum. I don't know how to pronounce medical terms correctly, but I hope that's correct. Now, this layer is literally called a barrier because it does just that. So imagine your skin barrier as a wall of bricks. If that wall is built correctly and precisely and beautifully, it works perfect, right? So when we're talking about our skin, that means we're leaving all the moisture in and we're also not allowing it to evaporate, to go out, and we're also not allowing every single germ and bacteria enter in. So the most popular signs are acne, breakouts, dryness, peeling, itchiness, flakiness, sensitivity, inflammation, and in some cases also fine lines and wrinkles. Now, this last one is more targeted towards younger people because obviously if you are older and you're seeing fine lines and wrinkles, that is completely natural. It's called aging. We can't stop it. But if you are seeing prominent wrinkles, prominent fine lines in your 20s, that might mean that you have started to prematurely age. And that itself, premature aging can be caused by many things, but one of those things is skin barrier disruption. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, what actually disrupts our skin barrier? Number 1, over exfoliation and over moisturizing and over anything. Our bodies are very, very smart, and our skin is very smart, and it does a lot of stuff on its own. Think about it this way. Let's say you have started to see some acne breakouts and you start to exfoliate and exfoliate, exfoliate, and you do it, I don't know, twice a day. You are basically stripping away all healthy skin cells. Your skin doesn't have enough time to rejuvenate itself. So that's number 1. Think about not overdoing it. Number 2, alkaline detergents and soaps. Our skin is weakly acidic. It stands somewhere between 4.5 pH to 5.5 or 5.7. And that is the ideal pH. If we use detergents and soaps that are more alkaline than acidic, that can also disrupt the natural state of our skin. Another thing that disrupts our skin barrier is trying everything at once. It can upset your skin. You have to think about your skin like a baby. everything you do it gently. If you're trying 5 new products at once, first of all, you will not know which product is doing what, right? Let's say you're seeing beautiful change in your skin, but you have no idea which product is doing that, okay? So you have to take it slow. Don't do everything at once. It can only disrupt and cause your skin stress. Next one, we have burning in the sun. Don't worry, I have another section where we'll talk about sun exposure and all of that, but I want you to keep in mind that over burning your skin obviously will disrupt your skin barrier. I don't know why so many people don't see that as a logical consequence, but I get it, trust me, you know, we want that tan. I get it, but just keep in mind that that's also one of the factors that can disrupt that barrier. And then we have stress and lack of sleep. Again, this is a no-brainer. Stress is a human killer, and you have to remember when it comes to sleep, our skin rejuvenates and heals when we're sleeping. And actually that goes to all organs, but because we're talking about skin, I'm talking again specifically about skin. But you have to remember, if you're not sleeping enough, if you're stressing, that will show on your skin. So how can you heal your skin barrier? Stop over exfoliating and overwashing your face. Exfoliation has its time and place. It can do wonders for your skin, and I love exfoliation, gentle exfoliation. But if you are at a place where your skin is very, very disrupted, you are not helping it by exfoliating. You have to take a step back and do the bare minimum. The next way how you can heal your skin barrier is using a moisturizing product, some kind of a serum or a moisturizer that has skin barrier healing ingredients. It can also be a serum that has antioxidants. Now, be very gentle with this. Again, always consult your doctor when you're trying to use an active or something new on your skin. But the main idea behind this is a lot of moisturizers have great skin barrier healing ingredients. We're thinking ceramides and peptides, and when we're talking about antioxidants, it can often be things like vitamin B, vitamin C. So these are the things that can only bring back that nourishment to your skin and help it heal. But I will say this again, don't overdo it. I say this a lot already through this first part because that's very, very important. Next up, we have use a gentle cleanser. Think about how do you feel when you wash your face. When I was younger and I didn't know that much about skincare, I used to think that that's completely normal, that when we wash our face, it feels very tight and like overly like stretched. And then I realized that that actually means you have overstripped it, and your skin is supposed to feel normal after washing. It doesn't feel super tight. It doesn't feel super oily. It's supposed to feel normal. And that's how you can kind of assess if your cleanser is doing the right job. Now, if you don't think that your cleanser is doing the right job and you're kind of confused where to start, what to buy, think about going to the pharmacy. I know there are a lot of products out there, celebrity brands, doctor brands, but a good starting point is going to the pharmacy because they sell actual medicine and prescription medicine and a lot of skincare products that are recommended by doctors. I hope I'm not super bright because the sun is like, woohoo! And my last tip, how you can heal your skin barrier, is keeping your skincare routine simple. Let's say you have 6 products in your skincare routine, but you're seeing these disruption signs. Take a step back. What I do whenever I feel like my skin is having a little bit too much, I go back and just use a gentle cleanser, moisturizer, SPF, that's all. I step away from my actives, okay? So think about your healing time as a temporary time. It doesn't mean that your skin will be like this forever. You just need to take a step back and keep it simple for a while. And now we're gonna go on a small, tiny ad break, and when we come back, we're gonna talk about the beauty I'm saying now, which is the sun. Number 2, SPF is your BFF. I love this phrase. I use it a lot and I stand by it. So what you need to understand is the sun the beautiful sun we all love, emits 3 types of UV rays: UVC, UVB, UVA. You probably haven't even heard about UVC. I will be very honest, I had never heard about it, and that's because the UVC rays have the shortest wavelength, and they are not known to cause any type of harmful effects to our skin. Now, when we talk about UVB rays, they have a little bit of a longer wavelength, and they penetrate the top layer of our skin, epidermis, and it can cause, you know, that beautiful tan we all love. But in severe cases, UVB can also cause a burning and even blisters. Now, UVA rays, while can also burn your skin, tan your skin, are the ones that penetrate your skin the deepest. And UVA rays induce free radicals, which basically means that they steal energy from healthy cells. They break down your collagen and, let me check, what was it called? DNA proteins and membranes, okay? Over time, this UVA exposure can lead to premature aging, fine lines, wrinkles, dark spots, and the most serious thing, cancer. UVA exposure is present all year round. It can penetrate glass, it can penetrate windows. Yes, it's present in winter too. This is why we say in the skincare world, the people who love skin and want to make sure that skin is protected, that you need to wear an SPF every single day. Because a lot of people think about UVB, which is the actual sun we see when we go to the beach in the summer. But it's the UVA rays that cause the most damage, and they are present all year round. So what type of SPF should you wear? Where to start? The perfect answer is wear an SPF that is broad spectrum, meaning it protects you from both UVA, UVB, and also an SPF that's at least 30. I personally wear an SPF 50 because I like that extra protection, but the American Association of Dermatology recommends that you wear a broad spectrum one that's at least SPF 30, so you can start there. I only recently found out that tanning beds produce mainly UVA rays, and that crushed my heart because I religiously went to tanning beds from age 15 to 19, and I believe that was the reason that my skin became horribly inflamed at the age 20. I saw prominent fine lines and my skin was dry and itchy, and I got those horrible acne breakouts. There were many factors that contributed to that, don't get me wrong, but to find out that tanning beds emit not only mostly UVA, but they're up to 3 times as strong as the sun. That kind of boils my blood because we've heard about it, you know, our entire lives. Oh, sun is better than the tanning beds. I heard about that fact, but I never paid attention to it because no one explained it to me. Now, that being said, you know, I feel like maybe I scared you a little bit. Let's jump to the next sub question, which is sun the devil? No, absolutely not. That is not what I'm saying. In fact, sun plays a vital and important role in our health, not just physically because we have the vitamin D, but mentally, okay? I don't know about you, but when I go out, even today, I'm speaking to you and I'm seeing this beautiful sun, it makes me immediately feel better because that's what sun does. Sun is wonderful and beautiful. All I'm saying is, wear your SPF and enjoy your sun. Now, to those who might be thinking, well, what about my tan? I will say this. It is a journey and I don't want to push anything on you that you might not be ready for, because it was a journey for me to start to learn and accept my pale skin. That being said, if I want a little bit of a tan, I use a self-tanning lotion. That also being said, I tan sometimes, okay? I'm not perfect. I love that tan. I go out in the summer and I tan, but I always wear an SPF, and trust me, you can get a light tan with an SPF. That actually means you're not applying your SPF correctly, because if you're really protecting your skin, you should not be getting a tan. But listen guys, baby steps, baby steps. I don't want you to fear the sun, and I also don't want to leave you after this video feeling like hopeless. go and be in the sun. I'm just saying, know these facts and protect that skin. Lastly, I just want to show you the SPF I use every day. Let me just focus that. So it's this brand Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel. I love this SPF because it has a lot of moisturizing ingredients. It has niacinamide, which, in case you don't know what that is vitamin B3. It's great for your skin barrier. It's so moisturizing. It has hyaluronic acid and a lot of great ingredients. And I really spent a lot of time looking for my perfect SPF, and this just does the thing. Number 3, how to transform your skin and look younger. Retinoids. Retinoids. Okay, so retinoids, aka vitamin A derivatives, are one of the most powerful anti-aging ingredient group, alongside SPF, which we just talked about. So retinoids are kind of like the superstar in skincare community. Doctors love it, people love it, everyone loves retinoids. So what they actually do is they increase the skin cell turnover. So the next layer of your, beautiful new baby skin, it's not a baby skin, but it's, it's more fresh and plump, can come to the surface. It also boosts your collagen production, and that's why all of these beautiful things can make your skin look younger, and it can reduce that appearance of those fine lines and wrinkles. So in case you're confused, maybe you've heard about a retinol, then I'm saying retinoid, vitamin A, what's going on? So retinoid, when I say a retinoid, I'm talking about the entire retinol family. Mainly, we have our retinol esters, we have our retinol, which is what you've probably heard the most about. We have our retinaldehyde and retinoic acid, okay? The retinoic acid is the only one from all 4 that is prescription because it is the strongest. Now, no matter which retinoid you choose, your skin can only use the active form of retinol, which is retinoic acid. So let's say you use a retinol ester. It will take your skin 3 steps to convert to retinoic acid. It will be a little bit weaker because it takes more steps, and you might not see such prominent results. Now, if you choose retinoic acid and you get a prescription for it, you might get more like stunning results, but that also might come with some side effects like irritation and a little bit of purging, because that is a very strong active ingredient. Now let's talk about my retinol and how it visibly changed my face. And I have never, and I'm very serious, used any type of product that has changed my face as much as my retinaldehyde. I will show this a little bit closer. So this is a brand, the sun is kind of strong. I don't know if you can see it, but the brand is called Medic 8, and this is Crystal Retinol 6, which means it has 0.06% of retinaldehyde. I started with 0.03, so that was Crystal Retinol 3, and now I have stepped up to 6. So not only my breakouts stopped since I started using a retinoid, but my fine lines got less prominent. I will show you a picture that's not edited, a before and after. Now, I still have some fine lines because, first of all, I'm expressive, and second of all, they were very, very prominent. So I don't think I will get rid of them just naturally. I will probably have to get a Botox a little bit later in my life if I want to get rid of them. Not that you have to get rid of fine lines if you don't want to, I'm just telling you my specific story. But either way, the difference was huge, and that was in 3 months of using it. I was literally blown away, and that's why I love my retinol, and that's why I made a specific point here in this video to talk about this. I want to influence you and really inspire you to think about adding a retinoid in your skincare. Also, remember that your skin cycle is 21 to 28 days, so you have to test a product for at least a month to see that if it's actually working. So that's just something I wanted to tell you about retinoids. I hope I didn't forget to say anything important, but it really is an OG in my skincare. I bought this one for 50 euros, but it actually, I think on Medic 8 website, it's about 90 or close to 100. So it all depends on, you know, how you look for your discounts. So it is a pricey product, I'm not gonna lie. And I can also tell you that this is the priciest product in my skincare. And I will rather use, you know, a moisturizer that costs 10 bucks, but I will pay for this because it actually works and I love it. Next up, let's talk about other actives and ingredients that can improve our skin. The first one I want to talk about are ceramides. Ceramides are really, I love ceramides. So ceramides are lipids that make up to 50% of lipids in your actual skin barrier. Think about ceramides as the actual glue that holds your skin cells together. Lower ceramide levels in your skin are linked to all sorts of problems we already talked about, acne and breakouts and rosacea and inflammation. So if you want to restore that barrier and think about how to do that, you can include some ceramides in your skincare. Now, what does that mean? Look for moisturizers or serums that has ceramides inside. I can also mention already CeraVe as a brand. This is a big tub of moisturizer that I've been using for 6 months, and now it's only almost empty, and I use it on my body, and I sometimes use it on my face if I want that extra lipid in my face. But the reason why I mentioned CeraVe is because all of their products contain ceramides, and ceramides are really, really great for replenishing that skin. So again, just keep that in mind if that's something you're interested in. Then we have our BHAs and AHAs. So these are chemical exfoliants. Now, when I say chemical exfoliants, that means they contain some sort of an acid that chemically exfoliates your skin. Versus if I would say a physical exfoliant, that would be like a scrub. Physically means obviously you need to like scrub it out and that exfoliates. But chemical exfoliants, you don't need to scrub anything, you put it on your skin and it does its work. So AHAs are water soluble and BHAs are oil soluble. So AHAs help peel away the surface level of your skin so that new, evenly pigmented skin cells can come to the surface. Now, when we talk about BHAs, these are oil soluble, which means they can get deeper into the pores, clean them out, and clean out that excess sebum. This is why BHA exfoliants are often more recommended to people with oily or acne-prone skin. And if I'm telling you personally, my preference, I love BHAs more than AHAs because that's more my skin type. Whenever I would get a breakout, BHAs would help me kind of, you know, reduce that inflammation from it and clean out that excess oil. A very popular and most common BHA is salicylic acid. Also love it, has also helped me get through some rough periods when I had some severe acne breakouts. It literally took away those breakouts. So another great ingredient is azelaic acid. It has antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties. It can also help with acne. It can also help with skin conditions like rosacea. Azelaic acid was actually something that was prescribed to me by my dermatologist. I used it for a couple of months to really tackle some severe breakouts. I used azelaic acid at 20%. Azelaic acid is also sometimes put in some exfoliants or moisturizers, so all of these ingredients that I'm telling you should not be necessarily bought separately. They can already be included in your products. And later on, we'll talk about also how to just find a product that already has all these ingredients. Then I also want to mention vitamin C. That's a great antioxidant, often recommended by dermatologists. It's actually a dermatologist favorite, and I also have to say that it's kind of a trendy one because there are many great antioxidants, but the reason we all love, I think, vitamin C, and we're seeing it everywhere because it's kind of a trendy one. And don't get me wrong, it is a great ingredient. It has also anti-inflammatory properties. It has brightening properties, right? So it can really brighten your skin tone and it can even out your skin tone. And in general, we have to understand that antioxidants are great for our skin. So we should be using them, but again, you have to be responsible and understand at what percentage you should use them. The most popular vitamin C derivative that we see in skincare products are ascorbic acid. But the problem with it is it's very unstable, meaning it has to be preserved correctly for it to work correctly. But there are many vitamin C derivatives. It all depends on what you prefer. And lastly, I want to mention niacinamide as another great ingredient active. It is also called or known as vitamin B3. It's a humectant, meaning it draws moisture to the skin, but it also acts as antioxidant. It protects and heals the skin. It helps visibly minimize large pores. It evens out that texture of your skin. Remember, I told you that my SPF has niacinamide, which I think is the reason why when I put it on, it gives me that very smooth and nice look. So niacinamide, very much a favorite amongst people. And yeah, so that's just something I want you to keep in mind. Other actives that could also be very beneficial for your skin. Okay, that's about our skin barrier, about our SPF, about our retinol, about our other actives. But there are other things that you can do internally that can make a huge difference to how you look. And we'll talk about it just after this short ad break. Number 5, gut health. So did you know that 70% of our immune system is located in the gut? And there's such a thing called the gut-skin axis, which basically means that there's a bidirectional relationship between your gut microbiome and your skin, which could also be the reason why when I have some stomach problems and I'm experiencing more pain, discomfort, or indigestion, I'm very often then seeing it on my face as well. I'm getting a breakout. I always feel like physically they're both connected. Even without knowing these facts about the gut-skin axis, I can physically feel it. So what is your gut microbiome and how does it affect your skin? So your gut microbiome refers to the millions of microorganisms that are living in your gut. The more diverse your gut microbiome is, the more you have these sort of good guys, the more the good guys can fight off the bad guys and keep everything in check. There's a great visualization I saw a long time ago. If I can find it, I will put it in here. If not, basically imagine your gut microbiome as this ecosystem. And if we have different sorts of animals living there, it's healthy, it's thriving, everything is working correctly. But if we don't, let's say a lot of animals are extinct, they died, the ecosystem is disrupted. And so that means that your gut microbiome is not as healthy. Some signs that could show you that your gut is not exactly healthy is stomach pains, stomach cramps, bloating, this indigestion, a lot of pain in general, not feeling okay after eating, feeling sluggish after meals, or even getting sick often, because remember, a lot of our immunity is in the gut. So how does our gut microbiome get disrupted? Stress. Stress can be a big factor of ruining your gut microbiome. Years ago, I had a personal thing that was happening in my life which caused me to stress daily and cry daily. And when I went through that thing, a couple of weeks after, my stomach got so bad. I can't even tell you how bad. I remember waking up one day and I looked 8 months pregnant. I couldn't get off the bloat, like it was just hard and bloated and painful. And I suffered from a lot of stomach stuff for a long time until I realized what was the problem. And it comes back now and then, I'm not gonna lie, when I'm going through something mentally, my stomach comes back. But I have learned ways how to sort of deal with it. But I just want to let you know how big of a thing stress is. I mentioned it at the start of the video, I'll mention it again, stress, okay? Stress will kill you, it will kill your gut microbiome. Next up, a diet filled with refined sugar and a lot of processed foods. Remember that sugar, processed sugar, feeds the bad guys, okay? And that's not what we want. The more we feed the bad guys, the more they can thrive. So again, everything in moderation. I don't want to make you feel like sugar is the devil. Sugar is not the devil. Nothing in the food groups is the devil. You just have to keep that in mind. If your stomach is disrupted, that maybe loading up on sugar is not the best thing. Another thing that can disrupt your gut microbiome are antibiotics. And I think that's the reason why when we suffer from an illness where we have to drink antibiotics, our doctors usually prescribed, how are they called? Probiotics to drink right after so we can replenish our gut. So in case you haven't drank probiotics or taken probiotics, but you have taken a lot of antibiotics, that's also something to keep in mind because that can disrupt that gut microbiome. Number 4, poor oral hygiene. Oral bacteria spreading throughout the body has been associated with numerous systematic diseases. That is why our oral hygiene is so important. And that's why I actually hate how in movies people always make fun of dentists not being real doctors. I've just seen that a lot in like American TV, and I'm always like, are you kidding me? Why is that a thing? Like, this is so important. Oral health is so important. And your oral microbiome may have a real effect on your gastrointestinal, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but basically, you know, on your gut health. So keep that in mind. And lastly, genetics. You know, it's just one of those things. Some people are born with the strongest stomachs, aka Gus. And some people, like me, have kind of, you know, all my life been struggling with some stomach problems here and there, but lifestyle over genetics. Always remember that. Even if you're watching this video, you're learning how to make your skin look better and more plump, and you're like, damn, I'm one of those people. My stomach health is horrible. Don't just accept that and be like, well, there's nothing I can do. No, again, I had several stomach issues when I was little, and I found ways. I read and I learned and I went to see doctors, and I found ways how to maintain it. And even if I hadn't have found, I would still spend years of my life trying to find it, because health is the most important thing. And there are lifestyle changes you can do that can affect that. So keep that in mind. So how to heal your gut? Some things we already mentioned. Stop stressing. Number 1, we talked about stress, but stop stressing. Number 2, eat fermented foods. This is a game changer for me personally, and I've heard that that's a game changer for a lot of people. Fermented foods contain probiotics, and as I said, probiotics are the good bacteria that your gut needs. When I started eating way more probiotics, my gut felt, I keep doing this throughout the video, but it's just like, that's how you know that when I do this, those are the OG things in my my holy grails. Another thing you can do is take a probiotic or a prebiotic. So a prebiotic is something that feeds your good bacteria. So it's food for your good bacteria. So probiotic is the good bacteria and prebiotic is food for the good bacteria. But all of this being said, please go and see a doctor, okay? Always see a doctor, always see a doctor. Doctors are there to help you, and doctors can change your life. So don't give up. Even if you haven't found your doctor might still be out there and you might find it. So that's gut health and correlation to skin health. Number 6, this will be a short one, but get sleep and drink a lot of water. That reminds me I need to take a sip because I've been talking a lot and my mouth is a little bit dry. Who else does that? When you drink water and you're like, do we need to do that? I don't think we need to do that. Like you can just drink like this. You can just breathe out. But why when you do this? It just feels so much better. It just feels more refreshing, you know? But yeah, drink water. We're talking so much about moisture to your skin, you know, not letting that water out, our skin barrier, antioxidants and actives that bring water to the skin, but everything starts from within. You know, you have to drink that water. We can put it on every video about any topic, and there will always be a reason to drink water, because water is our life, okay? We need to drink water. And as we already talked about at the start of the video, sleep is the healer. We rejuvenate when we sleep, so you can't expect a beautiful plump skin if you never sleep, okay? So those two, keep in mind. Number 7, use Inside Decoder. I love this website. And remember, I told you that I'm gonna tell you how you can find products that are suited for you. This is the website for you. I love it to my core. Inside Decoder, if you ever want to like sponsor me, please do. I promise you, I will make you the best review because I already love you so much. It's a website where you can put in any product and it will list you all the ingredients, what they do, and any product that I think about buying, I go in and I check it out. And you can see, you know, if it has soothing ingredients, hydrating ingredients, what kind of actives it contains. You can see if it's irritating. It lists the fragrances. That's something that I didn't mention. You have to just be careful if you have sensitive skin. Maybe try products that have less fragrances, because I know we love that beautiful smell, but fragrances can be irritating. There's nothing wrong with them. I don't want to make them the bad guy. It's just something to keep in mind if you do have sensitive skin. I love Inside a Coder. I use it every time and I use it all the time, and it just brings me kind of like that wonderful feeling when I put in a product that I want to buy and the list goes up and it shows that it has, you know, superstar or goodie, because they have this system where they, for like really good ingredients, they add superstar or goodie. And if I see like 5 superstars or 5 goodies, I'm like, I feel fancy. That's how I feel. So definitely use that website. It can help you understand more about the skincare products you use. Okay guys, we're gonna take a small break, but when we get back, we're gonna talk about the final thing that you can do to transform your skin. And that's also the thing that all the celebrities do, and that's why their skin looks so amazing. And lastly, number 8, see an esthetician. I had to put this in because we often have an idea of what the perfect skin looks like when we look at celebrities and see just their glorious, magnificent skin. But something that sadly they don't mention is that it's not because of their wonderful skincare, it's because they see an esthetician. Now, esthetician has access to things and tools that you do not have at home. They can do so many facials and procedures that can literally transform your skin to the whole new level. And I say next level because it is expensive to see esthetician every single month and do all these facials. I mean, we're talking as a minimum couple of $100 every single month. So not everyone has access to that money, and that's why I put it as last. I didn't put it as number 1. It is that next level and it will make you look better, but just keep in mind that when you see those celebrity faces, it's a lot of doctors, because I know that my vision has definitely been a little bit distorted, because I used to think that a healthy skin only is a skin that is absolutely perfect, and only with years I realized that a healthy skin can look in all sorts of different ways. It's okay to have a little bit of texture here and there and all of that, but just keep that in mind. Know that an esthetician can make you, you know, get to that next level. But yeah, that's basically it, you guys. We covered it all. I had my iPad with all my points and we did it all. This is a long one, I know, but listen, if you are still here, comment down below, SPF is your BFF. I wanna know which of you guys are my OG people watching. Maybe no one comments, and that's also okay. I get that. I wanna say a big thank you for those of you who did stick out this long, because this was a long one and you must be really interested in skin or in me. Either way, thank you so much. I love this. I love to talk about this, and I will talk about this more. Let me know down in the comments if there's any kind of other skincare topics you want me to discuss. But that being said, that is it. Thanks so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and I will see you next time.